Can you tell us more about the need for programs like Man Therapy in the Thumb region and why you initially decided to get involved with Man Therapy?
So there are a few reasons why there is a need for programs like Man Therapy in our community. We are a rural community. We work with 4 counties, which includes Huron, Santa Ana, Tuscola, and Lapeer County. There are limited resources available, and that can be a major barrier when accessing services, specifically behavioral health services. So other barriers in accessing services kind of include transportation, limited income opportunities. So when we can provide a program to our community that is free, available 24/7, and can highlight and bring awareness for the services that we do have in our community, it's a huge step in getting care for more people in our community. And then to kind of go along with that, another reason why the partnership chose to kind of implement Man Therapy is the rising number of deaths by suicide in our communities. In 2019 alone, 92% of deaths by suicide in our 4-county region were men. Obviously, that is well above the national average. And so the partnership, it was discussed that there needs to be additional resources provided to reach those men. And that is why Man Therapy was launched in February of this year, so that we could provide a service that could reach those hard to reach men.
What are some of the successful ways you are engaging men in the Thumb community?
The successful ways that we've engaged men in the Thumb are through personal connections and really trying to show men in our community that taking small steps in their everyday life really can help improve their mental health, which will overall really improve their well-being. We've attended some local events such as golf outings and health expos, and 2 great things have really come from attending those types of events in particular. So those golf outings, we have the opportunity to ask men, what do they do to help their mental health? Regardless of how big or small some of those activities that those men share are, being able to bring awareness and to really talk about the different ways to improve their mental health without even realizing it is great, and shedding light on the importance of mental health and really on how to improve mental health in those kind of small concrete steps that Man Therapy really highlights. So other events, as I mentioned, like health expos, that reaches men's loved ones. So obviously, you're familiar that there's that worried about you section. So we've really highlighted and kind of targeted men's loved ones in particular at these health expos. So we have an activity, which is a TAC board that asks, in the last 3 months, has the man in your life done any of the following? Like fix something, spent time with family, exercise. So all those things can improve their mental health. And in the last column, it asks, do they talk about their mental health? And on multiple events, the column that has talks about their mental health has the least amount of tax in it. So it really gets their loved ones thinking and gets them encouraged to start the conversation about mental health. And so, those kind of activities are just shedding light on mental health, regardless if it's a man or a woman. And so I think that's very powerful in our community. And then also, Man Therapy and the creatives are really great at reaching men where they're at. We come from a rural community, so, having radio advertisements, billboards, and things like that, where men are, so in their machine shops, their tractors, or tool sheds, they can have kind of that reminder to, check in on their mental health. And then just being able to provide posters and information to men-oriented businesses, in particular, like taxidermists, car dealerships, and like hunting ranches, have been very huge and very successful in trying to engage men and get men talking about mental health and getting them to the site.
What advice might you have for other rural communities who want to promote Man Therapy?
The biggest thing that I would provide advice for other rural communities is that no marketing tactic will go unnoticed in a community. In particular, we do have a large funding opportunity, but also just the ability to share Man Therapy by word of mouth has probably been the most powerful. Having some of these local leaders and local men in our communities be a part of some of the videos that we created, again, influence others to kind of really dive into what their mental health is and kind of even check out, in particular, Man Therapy. And so I really would say that for all rural communities, everybody kind of knows everybody. So highlighting and really being able to target some of those leaders in the community it's the most inexpensive way to really market and share this kind of resource.